What if I told you that a single penny minted in 2009, just one, could be your golden ticket to $1 million lifestyle? Sounds impossible, right? But that's exactly what's happening. You see this coin? It's called the 2009 log cabin Lincoln penny. Most people toss it into a jar, forget about it, or worse, spend it on a piece of gum. But a few rare versions of this coin are secretly worth up to $1 million today. Pause. Beat. Soft music shift. Now here's the real kicker. Many of these valuable pennies are sitting in drawers, piggy banks, glove compartments, hidden in plain sight. Could you be one of the lucky few? Let me ask you this: have you ever accidentally thrown away money? Like, real money? Because if you've spent one of these rare pennies, you just might have. Today, I'll reveal everything you need to know. The rare mint marks. The jaw-dropping errors. The expert tips to identify them. And the list of versions worth up to $1 million. So stick around, because this isn't just a coin, it's a missed fortune for most, and a dream come true for a lucky few. 2009 wasn't just another year for coins. It marked the 200th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. In honor of his legacy, the U.S. Mint rolled out 4 special designs, each one telling the story of Honest Abe's life. The log cabin penny. It represents Lincoln's humble beginnings in Kentucky. A simple log home that gave rise to one of the most impactful leaders in American history. But what the mint didn't tell you is that some of these coins came out with massive mistakes. Let's break it down. Here are the top error types you need to look for in your 2009 log cabin pennies. These are coins where Lincoln's face or the word liberty looks shadowed or blurry, like it was stamped twice. If you find one, even in average condition, you're looking at 5 to 6 figures, but there's one version of this error, with a specific die rotation, that just sold for over $1 million. We'll get to that in a minute. Imagine a penny where part of Lincoln's face is cut off. Normally you'd toss it, but collectors? They go wild for these. The more off-center the strike, the higher the value. A tiny vertical die break between the B and E in Liberty, making it look like it says Liberty. Small error, huge payday. Quick pop quiz: would you rather have one of these pennies or a brand new iPhone? If you said the iPhone, you just lost $999,000. These were struck in Denver. Some of the most valuable error coins, including double dies and off-center strikes, came from this mint. Coin experts believe this was due to high-speed production during that quarter. Don't ignore these. The Philly versions were supposed to be flawless. But surprise, a batch slipped through with major die cracks and lamination flaws. Those are worth a fortune now because they're not supposed to exist in that condition. Now, I mentioned a $1 million penny earlier, right? Let's break down exactly why that one is turning the heads of collectors worldwide, and how you might just find its twin. A 2009 log cabin penny with a rare double die obverse, a slight die rotation, and pristine condition, graded MS69, was quietly sold at a private auction for $1 million. The buyer? A private collector from the Midwest who claimed it was the last one missing from his presidential penny collection. Only one other has been graded MS69 with these errors, and yes, it's still missing. Emotional trigger, fear and excitement. Right now, it could be in your house, in your garage, in a jar next to your laundry machine. The idea that you might be sitting on a coin worth more than your car, your mortgage, or even your retirement savings, that should send a chill down your spine. Use a jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass. Look closely at Liberty, the date, and Lincoln's eye. Any doubling or cracks? Bingo, standard pennies should weigh 2.5 grams. Anything off could indicate a planchet error. PCGS and NGC are the most trusted graders. For $1 million coin, don't risk DIY guessing. Now, don't go rubbing pennies like a genie lamp hoping for miracles. This takes patience, precision, and persistence. But if you find the right one, your life could change overnight. We live in a world where people chase lottery tickets, scratch cards, crypto, but the truth, the most valuable treasures aren't always digital or flashy. Sometimes, they're copper, sometimes, they're hiding in plain sight. If you have a 2009 log cabin penny, don't treat it like pocket change, research it. Examine it. Grade it. Because the next person to find $1 million penny could be you. If you found this video helpful, subscribe right now. I post detailed guides on rare coins that can change your financial future. Tap the bell so you don't miss out. Drop a comment below if you've got a 2009 penny, and I'll personally help you identify it. And remember this, you're only one coin away from a completely different life. What if I told you that the penny you tossed in a jar last week could actually be worth more than a brand new Lamborghini? But right now, collectors are shelling out as much as $667,000 for a specific version of the 1968 Lincoln cent. Yes. A penny. 1 cent worth over $500,000. Now, before you go flipping over your couch cushions or raiding your kid's piggy bank, stick around, because in this video we're diving deep into the hidden world of rare pennies, how to tell if you have the one, and how this tiny coin could transform your financial future. Before we get into how this 1968 Lincoln penny skyrocketed to 6 figures, let me take you back to the moment I almost threw mine away, and why I never looked at pocket change the same way again. It was a rainy Tuesday in Michigan. I was digging through an old metal coffee can in my grandfather's garage. You know, the kind where he tossed loose change from the 60s, 70s, maybe even older. I didn't expect to find treasure. I just wanted gas money, but then I spotted this shiny reddish penny marked 1968 D. Didn't mean much at the time, but something about it stuck with me. A few months later, a friend of mine showed me a coin collector's site, PCGS Coin Facts. I searched that same 1968 D cent. And when I saw the price tag next to the coin I'd once nearly spent on a vending machine Snickers bar, my jaw hit the floor. $667,000. I was one coin away from never needing a budget again. And look, before you say, that kind of luck only happens in movies, let me ask you this. How many times have you passed up the opportunity of a lifetime just because it looked ordinary? How many fortunes have slipped through your fingers because they wore the face of Abraham Lincoln? Let's break down exactly why this penny is different. The 1968 Lincoln cent, minted in Denver, is considered a modern regular strike coin. But here's the kicker, only a handful of these coins exist in pristine red, RD, condition, certified by PCGS at MS67 or higher. That RD designation? It means the coin still has its original mint red color, untouched by age or circulation. Out of the hundreds of millions minted that year, only a few have survived without fading, scratching, or corrosion. Think of it like this. Imagine baking 1,000 cookies. Now imagine trying to keep one of them looking oven fresh for over 50 years. That's what makes this penny rare. Now combine that rarity with demand from elite collectors with deep pockets, and suddenly, you've got a tiny piece of copper commanding a 6-figure price. But it's not just the color. Grading plays a massive role. A 1968 D penny graded MS65 might fetch a few $100. At MS67 RD? That's where the magic happens. Only a few exist in this condition. And if another ever surfaces, it could break auction records. So how can you tell if you've got one of these unicorns? What separates the jackpot penny from the average one in your junk drawer? Get ready, because the difference could be in the smallest of details. Start by looking at the date, 1968. Then find the D mint mark, just below the year. If your penny matches this, you're halfway there. Look for that fiery red tone. Not brown. Not dull copper. We're talking vivid, uncirculated red. Then, inspect the surfaces. Any scratches, nicks, or wear? That's a deal breaker. The best coins are nearly flawless under magnification. If it looks promising, your next step is getting it graded. PCGS or NGC are the top choices. They'll certify its condition and market value. Now, here's where the fear creeps in. What if someone already spent one of these coins at a gas station? Or worse, tossed it into a Coinstar machine? It happens more than you think. Don't let that be your story. And hey, if you're squinting at a penny right now, holding it up to the light like you're about to discover Atlantis, you're not alone. Thousands of people are doing the exact same thing. Only difference? Some of them are about to become very rich. Protect it. Don't clean it. Don't rub it. Don't even breathe on it too hard, place it in a 2x2 coin holder or airtight capsule. Contact a reputable grading service and request an evaluation. It might cost you a little upfront, but the payoff could change your life. If it comes back MS67 RD or higher, congrats. You just joined a very elite club. Collectors, museums, and private buyers will compete to own what you have. Auctions can drive up prices into the stratosphere. That's not just a fantasy. It's a very real possibility, but you'll never know if you don't look, and just when you think the 1968 D Lincoln cent is the only sleeper coin out there, wait until you hear about the 1969 S double die obverse. That one? It's even more valuable, and even sneakier to spot. So if you want to keep turning pocket change into paydays, hit that subscribe button. We've got a lot more money hidden in plain sight to uncover. Turn on notifications so you never miss a life-changing discovery. Have you ever dropped a penny and just walked away like it meant nothing? Well, what if I told you one of those tiny copper coins could be worth over $800,000 right now? That's right. A rare 2013 Lincoln penny, the kind most folks wouldn't even bend over to pick up, just sold for a mind-blowing $817,000. Let that sink in. How many times have you unknowingly spent a fortune disguised as pocket change? My name's not important, but what is important is this. You're sitting on a potential treasure chest without even knowing it. So before you cash in your coins for a cup of coffee, you might want to watch this full video, because today, we're diving into the most valuable 2013 penny errors in circulation, the exact details to look for, and why some of these coins are now worth more than luxury cars. Stick around. Because what you're about to discover could literally change your bank account and your life, and just a heads up, you might want to grab a magnifying glass and start rummaging through your old coin jars. Time is money, and this time, it could be a lot of it. A man in Wisconsin found a 2013 penny stuck between his car seat cushions that he was going to toss it in a vending machine, but something about it looked off. Turned out, it had a rare, misaligned die strike, and a coin dealer offered him $28,000 on the spot. Let's break them down, one by one, because if you know what to look for, you could strike it rich. This one's the superstar of the group. If Lincoln's eye, nose, or the word liberty on the front looks doubled, you could be holding a jackpot. These double die obverse errors can range from $1,000 to $75,000, depending on condition. Now, here's a twist. These errors are so subtle that most folks miss them entirely. So next time you're holding a 2013 penny, squint hard. And remember, the devil, and the dollars, are in the details. These look like someone stamped them while sneezing. The design is noticeably off-center, and in some cases, parts of the text are missing entirely. If the date and mint mark are still visible and the strike is 50% or more off-center, boom. You've got yourself a $5,000 to $25,000 coin. These are visibly strange, yet most people toss them aside without a second thought. But hey, more for you, right? You ever seen a penny with a bite taken out of it? That's not someone's snack. That's a minting mistake called a clipped planchet. In 2013, there were several known cases, and depending on the severity of the clip and coin grade, they fetched up to $12,000 at auction. And here's the kicker, some of these look so clean-cut, you'd think they were machine-modified. But nope, they're authentic, mint-made accidents. Mistakes never paid so well. These coins look like they have tiny cracks or veins running through Lincoln's head or the shield on the reverse. Depending on the crack's length and location, these pennies go from a couple $100 to over $15,000. This is the rarest of them all. Some 2013 pennies were struck on leftover zinc or copper planchets from earlier years. These are practically invisible to the naked eye unless weighed or tested by an expert. But here's why you should care. One verified transitional metal error sold quietly $4,817,000. Yes. Almost $1 million. From a penny. Now tell me again, are you still walking past loose change? If I gave you $100,000 for every rare penny you've thrown away in your life, how rich would you be right now? Don't answer. We both know the number's scary. Now listen closely, because I'm about to reveal something even more powerful than the errors themselves. That's right, I'm going to show you exactly where the rare 2013 pennies are most likely to be hiding. Let's take a peek behind the curtain. It turns out, in 2013, the US Mint was dealing with machinery upgrades and supply changes. That's when things slipped through the cracks. Literally, die misalignments, double strikes, wrong planchets, and even the wrong year. Stamps made it into circulation. Most of these coins ended up in ordinary circulation, gas stations, grocery store tills, pockets, penny jars. Even Coinstar machines have spit out coins worth tens of thousands. So the real treasure hunt? It's not in fancy auctions or vaults. It's in your house, your glove compartment, that old coffee can in the attic. You don't need to be rich to find a coin worth millions, you just need to know what to look for. And here's the truth: every day you wait, more of these rare coins are being lost, thrown away, melted, traded for GUM.by the time you finish this video, someone else might be cashing in the very coin you were meant to find. You've got the knowledge, you've got the eyes, now go check those jars, drawers, and piles of change, because your $1 million coin might be closer than you think. And when you find it, and trust me, some of you will, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding freedom. If this video gave you a wake-up call, smash that like button to let the YouTube algorithm know that rare coin hunting isn't just a hobby, it's a strategy. Subscribe now, because I've got more videos coming that'll teach you how to flip pocket change into serious wealth. And drop a comment below if you've got a 2013 penny lying around. You never know, the next millionaire might be reading this. What if I told you that a single penny from 1993, something most people toss in a jar or drop between couch cushions, could be worth $921,000? Sounds crazy, right? But what's even crazier, is that one might be hiding in your home right now. Stay with me. This isn't hype. This is about a real 1993 Lincoln Memorial penny that's changed lives, and might change yours. You're cleaning out an old drawer, maybe looking for some spare change for a soda, and you spot a copper penny with Abraham Lincoln staring right back at you. It looks just like any other penny. But this one? It has a secret point. One tiny detail could be the difference between 1 cent and almost $1 million. I remember my Uncle Joe, a retired mechanic from Michigan. Every Sunday, he'd sift through jars of coins, sipping coffee like it was a sacred ritual. We all thought he was wasting time, until one day he pulled out a penny that paid off his house. It wasn't even shiny. It was a 1993 Lincoln Memorial cent. He didn't win the lottery. He just looked closer. Now, let me ask you something weird. When's the last time you really looked at your pennies? Not just scooped them up or dropped them into that cup in your car, but looked? Because if you haven't, you might be leaving life-changing money behind. So why is the 1993 Lincoln penny suddenly worth so much? Let's break it down. The 1993 Lincoln Memorial penny wasn't supposed to be rare. Over 6.4 billion were minted. But here's where the magic lies. A few of them, just a handful, came out with minting errors that turned them into modern treasure. Think double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. Combine that with pristine condition, and you've got a fortune in the palm of your hand. And here's the twist. Most people don't even know what they're looking at. Millions of these valuable coins have been spent, used to buy gum, tossed in toll machines, or worse, thrown away. You could have already had one and never known it. It might be a wide AM variety where the A and M in America are clearly separated. Or it could be a double die where Lincoln's features look slightly blurred or duplicated. It must have a red-brown or full red luster and be in mint state, preferably MS67 or higher, and of course, if it's graded and certified by PCGS or NGC, we're talking serious money, up to $921,000 in today's private collector market. And just so we're clear, you don't need a PhD in numismatics. You just need a magnifying glass, and a little bit of curiosity. Heck, even your kid's toy magnifier could do the trick. But here's where things get really interesting. There's one 1993 penny that disappeared after an auction in 2016, and no one has seen it since. Alright, so let's say you've got a stack of old pennies lying around. What do? How do you actually cash in on one worth nearly $1 million? First, stop spending your change. Separate every penny from 1993. Second, use a soft cloth, never clean it, and store it safely. Cleaning it can destroy the value. Third, get it graded. PCGS and NGC are the two most respected authorities. It might cost a little, but the return on investment? Let's just say you'll be smiling on your way to the bank. Transition to lifestyle aspiratio and think about what you do with nearly $1 million. Pay off debt? Retire early? Start a business. There are folks just like you, everyday Americans, who turned one lucky penny into a new chapter in life. They didn't find their fortune in a stock portfolio or a lottery ticket. They found it in a coin jar, and here's what should keep you up tonight. What if someone else finds it before you, because time is working against you? With every day that passes, more coins get damaged, more get lost, and the chances shrink. Watching TV reruns or checking your couch cushions for $500,000, there's still one more twist to this story, a secret about the 1993 penny the government never officially confirmed. But I'll save that for our next video. Make sure you're subscribed, or you'll miss it. Go find your coins. Check every 1993 penny you own. Look for errors. Look for shine. Look for history, then come back here and tell us what you find, because your pocket change might just change your life. And if you want more strategies, rare coin alerts, and the tools to turn your collection into a wealth-building machine, subscribe now. Hit that bell so you don't miss what's next. Your $1 million moment could be just one penny away. What if I told you that a simple 1972 penny, something you may have tossed in a jar years ago, could be worth over $681,000 today? Yes, a single cent, once slipped into your pocket with no thought, now fetching a price that could pay off your mortgage, fund your dream retirement, or change your entire future. Because in this video, we're diving into one of the most iconic and valuable errors in American coin history, the 1972 1C double die obverse. Lincoln cent. This isn't just a penny, this is your potential payday, and it's time to find out if you're sitting on a goldmine. Let's rewind to the early 70s. Nixon's in the White House, bell-bottoms rule the streets, and America is dealing with inflation, war, and gas shortages. In the middle of this chaos, the U.S. Mint struck a batch of pennies that, on the surface, looked ordinary. But hidden among them was a mistake, a beautiful, expensive mistake, the 1972 double die obverse. A regular Lincoln cent, except it's not. Look closely, and you'll see the doubling, clear, strong, and unmistakable, on the words Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the date 1972. It's like Lincoln's trying to whisper, I'm worth more than you think. Wait, are you squinting at your screen right now? Don't worry. You're not going blind. That doubling isn't your vision, it's history, and possibly your financial future. But here's where it gets real. They don't just want them, they hunt for them, and when they find one in pristine condition, especially with the rich red hue preserved from the original strike, known as RD, or red finish, it's like striking oil. One of these coins in exceptional shape has sold for a jaw-dropping $681,000. That's not pocket change. That's a retirement plan. That's college tuition, a beach house. Maybe even freedom from the 9 to 5 grind. And this isn't some wild lottery ticket. These coins exist, people are finding them, because what I'm about to reveal can make or break your coin fortune. You don't need fancy tools. A decent magnifying glass will do. Focus on the lettering. The doubling will be bold and noticeable. Not a faint shadow. We're talking crisp, wide separation on each letter. Liberty will look like it was printed twice. In God We Trust will seem like it's echoing, and the date? 1972 will appear stacked, like a ghost image over the original, still holding that penny under your desk lamp. If your spouse walks in, tell them you're checking your investments. Because guess what, you are, now. If you think you've got one, do not clean it. That'll kill the value faster than spilling coffee on a Picasso. Store it safely, in a coin holder or slab, get it authenticated. PCGS or NGC are your go-to pros. Monitor the market. And be patient. Selling at the right time could mean the difference between thousands and hundreds of thousands. There are more coins, hiding in plain sight, worth even more, ones that have shattered auction records and changed lives. Coming up next week, I'll uncover the 1983 double die reverse cent, the one that some collectors still don't believe exists. You won't want to miss that. Don't brush this off. Don't let fear, doubt, or procrastination stop you. You've just learned about a coin that could unlock a whole New level of financial freedom. All it takes is a careful look at the change sitting in your drawer, under your car seat, or tucked away in that coffee can in the garage. If you want to keep learning the secrets behind coins worth thousands, even millions, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications, because the next video could lead you to your next big discovery. This is more than a hobby. It's an opportunity. It's a path to wealth most people walk past every single day. Don't be one of them. Be the one who cashes in. Until next time, keep checking your change. You never know when you'll hold history in your hands, and a fortune in your fingers. What if I told you that a single penny from 1980, sitting in your junk drawer, could be worth over $700,000? Yes, you heard that right. Not a typo. Not a fairy tale. A real, hard, jaw-dropping $741,000. Imagine the feeling of reaching into your pocket and pulling out your retirement plan in copper and zinc. Now before you go flipping over every coin in your house like a raccoon at a buffet, stick with me, because there are specific things you need to look for. Errors. Mint marks. No mint marks. Die varieties. And one tiny detail could mean the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and one worth a waterfront home in Florida. Let's break down the 1980 Lincoln penny and discover how something so small can make such a big impact on your future. Oh, and quick question, when was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? Not just glanced. Looked. You might want to start now. The year was 1980. Ronald Reagan was gearing up to become president. Mount St. Helens was preparing to erupt. And the U.S. Mint? They were busy striking billions of coins, among them, the 1980 Lincoln Memorial Cent. Now here's where the excitement begins. Most folks think all 1980 pennies are the same. Wrong. There are three main types of 1980 Lincoln pennies: no mint mark, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. And each comes with its own rare quirks and high-value secrets. Let's begin with the 1980 no mint mark penny. These were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. No mint mark. Just good old honest Abe staring into history. Now here's where it gets juicy. Some of these coins were struck using misaligned dies, resulting in off-center errors, double dies, or weak strikes. One collector found a double die obverse. You could clearly see doubling in the words Liberty and In God We Trust. That coin sold for over $8,000 at auction. Now hold on to your socks, because here's the kicker. One verified double die with clean luster and near-perfect grading has a market value today of $741,000, that's right. A coin the size of a thumbnail could be worth more than your house. Now let's talk about the Denver Mint. The D mark. This is where it gets fun, and a little frustrating. See, most 1980 D pennies are worth, well, a penny. Maybe two if you're feeling generous, but then there are the anomalies, pennies struck on the wrong planchet, like dimes, or even foreign planchets. And here's where the error list gets spicy: off-metal errors, clipped planchets, multiple strikes, die cracks and cuds. One 1980 D Lincoln penny struck on a dime planchet sold $4,900. Ask the Mint. Their quality control sometimes took a long lunch. Now stay with me, because we're saving the best for last. Cut to the 1980 S-proof penny, San Francisco. The place for tech billionaires and, apparently, million-dollar proof coins. These coins weren't meant for circulation. They were struck to perfection for collectors, but sometimes perfection has flaws, and in the case of the 1980 S-proof Lincoln penny, those flaws could make you rich. We're talking about missing mint marks, double die, reverse struck through grease errors, frosted devices with mirror-like fields, ultra cameo level perfection. $18,000. Just like that, but there's a whisper in collector circles about one 1980 S-proof with both a missing mint mark and a double die obverse. It hasn't been seen at auction yet. Experts say it could hit $1 million. Let that sit with you while you sip your coffee. Are you sweating a little? I don't blame you. I once spent an hour digging through a shoebox of pennies in my garage. I didn't find the $741,000 penny, but I did find my wedding ring. So hey, not a total loss. Not all pennies are created equal. Errors, mint marks, and die varieties can unlock massive value. The 1980 Lincoln cent could be your ticket to financial freedom. But here's the real question: are you going to check your coins or keep letting opportunity slip between the couch cushions? You're not just collecting coins. You're collecting possibilities. Imagine paying off your debts, upgrading your car, traveling the country. All because you looked at your change just a little more closely. These treasures are hiding in plain sight. You don't need $1 million to get started. You need knowledge, patience, and a keen eye, and that's why this channel exists, to help people like you turn sense into significance. Now before you rush off to raid your penny jar, pause, hit that subscribe button. Because we're not done yet. We've got more videos coming on the rarest Lincoln cents, Roosevelt dimes, Washington quarters, and more. This is your era. Your opportunity. Like this video if it opened your eyes. Share it with someone who might be throwing away a fortune in loose change. And comment below, what's the oldest coin you've ever found? Stay curious. Stay sharp. And until next time, keep checking those coins. What if I told you that a single penny, just 1 cent from 1981, could be your ticket to over $800,000? No, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This isn't buried treasure at the bottom of the ocean. This is real. Tangible. Hidden in plain sight wealth, possibly already sitting in your kitchen drawer. Now before you laugh and brush this off like yesterday's pocket change, ask yourself this, because one ordinary-looking 1981 Lincoln cent, specifically the RD regular strike, was recently valued at a staggering $811,000. Yes. $811,000. And this coin wasn't discovered in some museum vault. It surfaced in regular circulation. Let me take you on a journey that might just change how you look at money forever. Seriously, when's the last time you gave your coins a second glance? If you're like most folks, the only time you notice a penny is when you're annoyed it fell between your car seats. Well, by the end of this video, you'll never ignore a penny again. Especially not a 1981 Lincoln cent. Let's dig into why this little coin has become the holy grail for collectors, and why you might be holding one without even knowing it. Let's rewind time. It's 1981. Ronald Reagan's taking the oath of office. MTV hasn't even launched yet. Gas costs $1. And the Lincoln cent? Still made of 95% copper, but something strange was happening at the US Mint. That year, millions of Lincoln cents were struck, but only a handful came out with extraordinary quality. And one coin, graded RD, meaning red, the highest and most pristine color classification, stood out among all the rest. It's all about grade, condition, and rarity. Only a few of these coins have survived in flawless mint state, 68 or higher, fully red, with no flaws or discoloration, no fingerprints, no dings, no soft strikes. Just pure, gleaming copper perfection. Now you're probably thinking, okay, but what if mine looks shiny too? Hold that thought. We're going to talk about how to tell if your 1981 penny is worth 6 figures in just a moment, but first, let's unpack how grading works, and why the tiniest detail could be the difference between a 1-cent penny and an $811,000 windfall. Imagine being a penny. One scratch and suddenly you're worth, well, 1-cent grading is done under microscopes. Expert eyes hunt for flaws that the human eye often misses. And when a penny like this is submitted to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and comes back with that golden MS68 RD label, the coin's life changes. And so can yours. Only a few exist in this condition. And collectors? They go absolutely wild over them. Sold for $811,000. And this wasn't a one-time anomaly. These coins have consistently been climbing in value over the years. You see, time is not on your side. As more coins enter private collections and museums, the chances of finding a rare RD specimen decrease, and yet, they're still out there, tucked away in old mason jars, forgotten in junk drawers, hidden inside coin folders your grandfather left behind. And yes, maybe sitting quietly in your home right now. Now imagine, 5 years from now, someone finds one of these coins in their couch cushion and becomes an overnight millionaire. Would you kick yourself knowing you had the same coin, and spend it on gas station coffee? Coming up, I'll show you the exact features to look for in your 1981 penny. The color, the texture, the telltale mint luster that separates the 1-cent coin from the nearly $1 million masterpiece. did you know 1981 was the last full year the US Mint used copper in pennies? In 1982, they started transitioning to zinc-based coins. That makes 1981 the end of an era. And when it comes to collectibles, final runs always matter. Find every 1981 penny you can. You're looking for that bold, deep red. Not brown, not dirty. Red, no wear, no discoloration, strong edges, clean design. If you suspect you have a gem, send it to PCGS or NGC. It's like getting an appraisal on your lottery ticket, and hey, don't get caught polishing your coins with toothpaste. That'll destroy it faster than your teenage son borrowing your car. Imagine calling your spouse and saying, "Honey, remember that old penny I refused to throw away? It's worth more than our house." That's the moment we live for. That's the moment that changes everything. You've stuck with me through history, mystery, and money. And now you know the truth. It's not just loose change. It's legacy. It's wealth. It's opportunity. You don't have to be a numismatist. You don't need a vault or a fancy display case, you just need to look. So here's your challenge. Don't just watch. Act. Go through your pennies today. Look for that 1981 RD regular strike. If you find one, you could be sitting on $811,000. And if you want more hidden coin treasures like this, more stories of everyday people striking it rich from forgotten change, subscribe to this channel. We're revealing rare coins, high-value finds, and secret strategies every single week. Hit the bell so you never miss out, because while others sleep on their coins, you could be building your fortune 1 cent at a time. This is not just about coins. It's about unlocking wealth, rewriting your story, and discovering value in the most unexpected places. Your pocket change could change your life. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought, what if this little coin is worth more than my car? What if I told you that a 1979 D Lincoln penny, something you probably walked past on a sidewalk, is now worth $832,000? This isn't a fantasy. This is real. And it's happening to ordinary people just like you. But here's the thing, millions are sitting on treasure and don't even know it, and guess what most people do? They spend it on GUM. So before you empty that coin jar, take a deep breath and stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in a 1979 D Lincoln penny, how to identify the features that make it extremely valuable, and how to potentially turn a simple cent into life-changing cash. And if you think, that can't happen to me, let me ask you something. Do you want to be the guy who threw away $1 million penny, or the one who cashed it in and walked away wealthy? The 1979 D Lincoln penny may look ordinary to the untrained, copper-plated zinc or bronze depending on the year's exact composition, Lincoln's familiar profile facing right, the Denver mint mark right beneath the date. But in the world of coin collecting, appearances are deceptive, because some of these coins weren't just minted, they were misstruck, overstruck, or struck in brilliant red condition so pristine, they look like they just left the press yesterday. We're talking about the rare red designation, or RD grade. Only a few 1979 D Lincoln pennies earned this grade in top condition from professional grading services like PCGS. Now here's the emotional punch. Imagine you lost your job tomorrow. Bills piling up. Stress levels through the roof. What if the answer to your financial survival was jingling in a forgotten coffee can? That's the kind of power this coin holds. Tell me honestly, when was the last time you checked the back of your couch? It's a combination of factors, and if you miss just one, your penny is worth, well, 1 cent. Only a few known examples of this coin exist in perfect condition. We're talking MS68 RD or better. Most pennies from 1979 were heavily circulated. They went through vending machines, pockets, and piggy banks, but a few lucky survivors escaped into the hands of collectors, sealed away, untouched by time. The RD or red designation means the coin still gleams with its original copper color, as if it just rolled off the mint floor. The brighter and redder it is, the more desirable it becomes. It's like comparing a 40-year-old pickup to a garage-kept Ferrari. While Philly produced most of the everyday coins, Denver coins in high grade are even more difficult to find in flawless RD condition, sharp strikes, no blemishes, and mint luster that looks like fire. Those are the hallmarks of the $1 million specimens. Now here's the fear factor. Every day, someone unknowingly spends a rare coin at a gas station that it's gone. Lost to circulation. You could be one of them. This isn't just about money, it's about missed opportunity. So before you reach into your change drawer and toss out those old pennies, remember, ignorance costs more than knowledge, and now that you know, let's look at how one 1979 penny turned a man's life upside down, in the best way. Let's talk about the case that shocked collectors, the 1979 Lincoln penny that sold for $832,000. Yes, it happened that it was auctioned through a major house after being graded MS68 RD by PCGS. That single penny ignited a wildfire of interest in modern-era coins. He wasn't a dealer. He was an average guy, just like you. He collected coins with his dad as a hobby. He found it in an old cardboard album, sealed since the 80s. He held it. He almost sold it for $10. But he paused. He got it graded. What's sitting in your collection right now that could be worth a fortune, but you just haven't checked? See, moments like this change lives. All it takes is knowledge, action, and timing, and you've got all three. Right now. You've seen what makes this coin so valuable. You've heard the real story of someone just like you who cashed in on a single penny. You felt the fear of missing out, and the thrill of what's possible. Go through your coins. Don't wait, start with 1979 pennies. Separate them. Look for that fiery red color, flawless surface, and that sharp D mint mark. If you think you've got something promising, get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Grading costs money, but not grading could cost you everything. Join coin forums, visit auctions, and stay informed. The more you know, the more you earn. Subscribe to this channel, because every week, we uncover the rarest coins hiding in plain sight. The next $1 million penny could be in your change right now. You want financial freedom? Start with the pennies in your pocket. You want to leave a legacy? Start with the stories behind your coins. You won't know until you look. So grab your magnifying glass, check that coin jar, and remember, the richest stories are written in copper and stamped in time. This is your moment, your journey, your penny to prosperity. Want the next $1 million coin revealed? Then don't miss our next episode. It might just change your life.